Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more Kamen Rider Den-O. I'm so excited, you guys. If you're joining me early today, you know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I'm sending you up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So we've had quite the recent events on Den-O. We've learned a lot about our new character, Yuuto. I was sad to find out I'm not liking Yuuto very much. I was excited to have a new character, and then I was like, nah. I was not having it. He seemed like bratty at first, but I thought maybe he'd be like, you know, kind of a fun, angry bratty like Bakugo from My Hero. And no, he's, in my opinion, he's just kind of a big spoiled baby brat. Especially to Deneb. Like, I really realized it when I saw him interact with Deneb, who is like too good for this world, and he's just so good and kind. And he's just like, and Yuuto is just so mean to Deneb. I just don't get it. But, you know, we still don't know the whole situation with Yuuto either. We know he's like another half of Nasan's fiance who is split off to go and protect time. And I'm still not clear on the whole situation, but I think that much is pretty much clear. He is kind of, he's the same person but not, and you know, he has a zero liner, which I gotta admit is pretty cool. He's a Kamen Rider, and even the owner of the Den liner was pretty certain he's like doing something to protect time. So like Deneb is the one who's always like, oh, but his heart is good, and you know, like, he's really not a bad person. And I'm like, I'll take your word for it, Deneb, but at the same time, like, he just seems like kind of a brat to me. And I was not having it. At the end of last episode when he went to like headbutt Deneb, I was so mad, and then he hurt his head, and I'm like, that, my good friends, is what we call a Godsmack. I was so mad. But no, it was a good story. It was a good resolution to our story with the contract Imagine. Was really good, really sweet ending with the person who had the contract, you know, getting their time capsule, and was from their loved one, I think she was like his fiance, right, who had passed away, or she was his girlfriend or something. Girlfriend, I think, and she had passed away and left him. He was a boxer, and she left him his boxing gloves and tie. It was really sweet. I really enjoyed. I was like, wow, I actually, you know, that one kind of tugged at the heartstrings a little bit. It was sweet. So yeah, we had my baby boy standing up for himself to Mr. Bratface, which I was very happy about. You know, Ryutaros is not a big confrontational kind of guy, I think it's safe to say, but he's, you know, he's not a weakling. I hate when he gets treated like a weakling, because he's really not. Like, if he was a weakling, he would not be Den-O. He wouldn't be able to cut it as Den-O, let's put it that way, you know. So I get like the bad luck thing. I get that he's, you know, a little bit of a shy, meek baby boy, but I was so glad he stood up for himself to Yuuto. I'm like, you go. I was cheering him on. So yeah, so I still want to know more about what in the world is going on with this whole, like, Nasan's fiance splitting off into another person, protecting time. Like, so we know the other, like, the actual fiance is back in the past, but the owner of the Den liner didn't want them to go back. Like, they can't go back because it would hurt time, which is what bratty Yuuto said as well. So still don't have like the full picture on it, but I have like enough info to kind of put together like what's going on, and I really can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So what do you say we go ahead and get started on what I've been waiting for all week, because I love my Den-O days. Next episode, let's go. All right, you guys, that was a really good episode. I love how they kind of came back around to Ryutaros and his, like, at first I just thought, like, oh, he likes the idea of, like, being taken care of by a big sister, which I think it is kind of like that. It's kind of like when little kids get a crush, they don't really have a concept of, like, you know, the way you get a crush on someone in your teens. That they just, like, really like that person and feel really attached. And so he thinks, you know, if Nae-san gets married, that's, like, she won't be taking care of him anymore, and, like, she'll be taken away from him. So it's interesting because, like, I did not like Ryutaros at first. But he is just really just like a child. He's like a little kid, and that's where the kind of grating nature at times comes from, and you know, kind of the sort of limited reasoning that he has. So, like, I get him a lot more now, and I don't hate him as much, but at the same time, like, he's dangerous. He's a little kid with a gun. That's what we're dealing with. That's really scary. So I think it's, like, it's kind of fun to, because of course he'd have something to think about the whole Yuuto thing, seeing that he's so attached to Airi. I guess her memory must be buried pretty deep if she did not put two and two together when Sakurai said his name. So, I don't know. Seemed like maybe the first time she saw him, like, something kind of sparked a little bit, but like I said, must be buried pretty deep. And he probably doesn't look like the same, so that probably helps. Although, again, like, you know, if you were, like, 28, you know, you're still gonna resemble, and it's not like, you know, oh, here's a 3-year-old, and it's like you can't even tell what somebody's gonna look like when they're older. I mean, now, like, 18 to 28, like, you should still resemble yourself a little bit. But like I said, I think she's just buried it really, really deep. I'm not sure the specifics of, like, how and why she lost her memory in that way. But I'm sure they'll, you know, it could just be like she just blocked it out, or maybe there's something more to it. You know, maybe it has something to do more, like, with the plot. And I'm sure they'll reveal that over time. Yuuto is such a brat. Oh my god. Hopefully it'll be like Ryutaros, where, like, eventually he just kind of grows on me. But boy, Deneb's just so nice. He wants to help everyone. Oh my god, him with the tiger mascot costume on is so cute. So we'll see what happens with the contract here. I was not about the Imagine that we met in this episode. I was like, this is like nightmare fuel right here. Like, a bunch of bugs. Like, one bug springs off another bug and starts jumping around. Like, nah, this is stuff I have nightmares about, you guys. No. So, Ryutaro, there's so many. So there's Ryutaros too, but Ryutaro wants to bring back the Sakurai that he knows, and it sounds like he will be able to one day, possibly, maybe. Also, another thing, so we know now that the time that was destroyed that they keep talking about was Hana's time, and that there might be a chance that something from her timeline is left if the Zero Liner made it out. And also we learned that that Yuuto's rider form is called Zoronos, which I think is really, really cool. Everything about him is cool except the fact that he's kind of a baby brat. Like I said, I'm sure he'll grow on me as we get to know him better. He doesn't, I mean, he's, like, good-hearted. We know that much, but he's just being kind of a brat. So, yeah, so Hana is hopefully going to get some answers from him. We'll see. Hana seems to, like, have an idea as to where this is going, maybe. So I'm really curious to know more. Yeah, Ryutaros. Boy, that's going to be an interesting one to resolve, but I can't wait to see what happens next. The show is so much fun. I love just every scene. Every scene is just something crazy and silly and amazing. I just love it, you guys. I look forward to it, to watching it all the time. I had a blast with this episode. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.